So, pro tip. I get a lot of comments from people saying, oh man, you talk so fast, this video sucks, I can't believe you're making this video, you talk so fast, I couldn't keep up, blah, blah, blah. If you're a slow listener, YouTube has a feature for you. Slow the video down. It's right there on the YouTube video. It's right there. Click the video and then you can slow it down. Slow it down if I'm talking too fast for you. Okay, let's start the video. Hey, what's up YouTube? Back on the Focus SC video. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 different things that you can program in Forscan that I think come in handy like crazy. These 3 different things, I'm going to mostly be demonstrating the things instead of actually showing you how to program. Well, I'm going to show you how to program them, but it's not going to be in detail. I have other videos of Forscan where I go into more detail showing you how to use the program. In this, I'm going to show you where everything's located to program it, and then I'm going to demonstrate what those things do. And there's 3 different things I'm going to tell you now, and you can actually go ahead and look at the progress bar on YouTube. I'll have it linked up to where it actually shows you the sections and how to do it actually shows you the sections, and you can click on it and go to that section. You know how YouTube works now. I'll have that in the description sort of show up in the progress bar. But the 3 things I'm going to show you are called, and they're going to be in this order: Climate Repeater, Nav In Motion, and Bambi Mode. I'm like forgetting the names right now. I be forgetting the names of that stuff. Let's go ahead and get started with Climate Repeater. Okay, so with Forscan, you already know the first thing you have to do is put your car in the on position. Do not start the vehicle, just make sure it's on. Then we're going to go ahead and open the software up. It keeps moving around on me on the desktop. It's really weird. I am running the latest version of Forscan. It is version, as you can see at the top, 2.3.34 beta. That is what I am using. We're going to go ahead and click the little plug down here. It is connected together. We're going to go ahead and connect the software to it's just really hard to do, so go ahead and connect the software. It's going to connect to my OBD Link MX, which is down here, down there, doing its thing. It's connecting to it. Okay, so right here, this is just really quickly. Oh man, okay, there we go. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and hit no for this because I'm not going to load that vehicle profile. I'm just going to go ahead and do this as if you were connected to Forscan for the first time. So you'll see here that it's going to go ahead and load everything up. Okay, so once that's finished loading up, you'll see down there to say, would you like to save this vehicle profile? I'm just going to go ahead and hit no for the time being. Now, where we're going to go ahead and locate the 2 first things I'm going to show you, like I was saying, Nav In Motion and the Climate Repeater, which I'm showing you now. Those are going to be in the APIM. So we're going to go ahead and click on this chip here on the left side. And then we're going to load up our APIM, not the as-built APIM, but we're going to go ahead and just click on the modular configuration that's not as-built. Hit the play button and let it connect. It's going to give you this. Hey, make sure this is Sync 3, Gen 3, blah, blah, blah. So this is the screen here. We're inside the APIM. We have a lot of different things that show up. I'm going to scroll all the way down until I see the climates. Oh, climate is actually right here. I forget it's right here, right at the top. Boom, right there. Climate Repeater. You can see I have it enabled and it is dual. So what I'm going to show you is me disabling it. You follow this as if it was to enable it. So don't follow exactly what I'm doing. I probably shouldn't do this because people get so confused on YouTube. They don't freaking listen. So just do exactly as I say. So you're going to double click on climate control. It's going to bring up this box. If yours is disabled, which I assume it is because you're watching this video, click enable and click the check mark. Click enable if it is disabled. So I'm going to go ahead and click the check mark. And yeah, that's all we're going to do here for this part. So we're going to go ahead and write it back to the APIM. You're going to click right here. That's down on the left side. And then we're going to click OK. It's going to say, hey, the old value is going to be disabled because you're enabling this. And your new value is going to be enable. You click OK. And then it's going to load up here at the bottom. It's going to say, hey, everything's done. Your screen is going to go black. And then you're going to say, okay, great. Power. It's going to say cycle the vehicle off, power it off. I'm going to click the stop down here on the left side. And then I'm going to go ahead and power my vehicle off. So now you know how to program it. Now I'm going to show you exactly what it does. So what it does is that it mirrors what you do down here with the climate control up here on the screen. So let's go ahead and I'll just show you if I want to turn it up. As you can see, it's on now. So you'll see the top here. Let's let this focus. You'll see at the top, this is 70 degrees. If I turn it off, that goes away. Turn it back on. let's lock that. If I turn it back on, you'll see it's back up there. If I change the fan speed, it shows the fan speed right here on the screen. If I change the temperature, it shows temperature going down and back up. That's just repeating what is done down here on the climate down here up on the screen. Turning on the rear defrost does not show up here on the screen, and if you change the fan, the way the fan blows, it also does not show on the screen. So if I turn on my max front defrost stuff, it doesn't show, but it does say high at the top. We're going to turn that off because that's ridiculous. Max AC, it also does not show, and turning AC on and off does not show. So yeah, the only things that show are if you're changing your temperature here for both the passenger and the driver. It shows the difference between this is passenger right there and this one does say driver. And then your fan speed also shows up here, and if you turn it on and off, you'll see what the temperature is. Temperature is always going to be displayed on the top left and top right. So I like that. I think it's pretty cool. That's just something quick to show you. Now I'm going to show you something a little bit more useful, and it's called Nav In Motion. So now I'm going to show you Nav In Motion, and that one's a little trickier because I'm not going to actually show you inside of this module here like the last time. I'm going to actually go ahead and go to the as-built part of the APIM. I'm going to show you how to enable it in there. So we're going to click on the little check mark, and then we're going to click OK. Now this is as-built. You know, be careful with this one. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to put the numbers on the screen and show you exactly what to change to. But yeah, be careful with this one because, you know, you can kind of mess up some stuff with this one. But I'll show you how to do it. Don't worry about it. So we're going to go ahead and locate here 7D00201. That one's right here. The third line or the first line in this second block, if you want to look at it that way. That's how I tend to look at it. We're going to change that second number. In my car, you see that second number is a 5. We're going to change that second number to a 7. And then we're going to write that back to the APIM with this little write that's right here for this block. There's another write down here that writes all. Right there. I don't know why I couldn't find it for a second. Right there, write all. That writes the whole thing, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to write this one little section here. So let's go ahead and click here and change the second number, the second 5 that I have to a 7. So let me do that. Boom. So as you can see there, it's 575 now. And then I'm going to lower my keyboard here. I'm just going to take that one section right there and write that back to the APIM. Boom. So it's going to give you this little error here, or checksum data entered, incorrect checksum data entered. It's fine because Forscan is going to go ahead and correct that. So we're going to go ahead and continue anyways and hit yes. It's then going to write that back to the APIM. Hey, everything's done. Like I said before, your screen's going to go black and come back on. And then we're going to hit OK. And let's not do that through the screen here. Going to hit OK and then hit the stop button. And I'm going to go ahead and cycle my power off and on, and I'll show you exactly what Nav In Motion is. Okay, so what Nav In Motion does is it's exactly what you think it does. Nav In Motion. It allows you to actually use your keyboard while the car is in motion. So let's click on controls here, and you'll see search. Clicking on search allows the keyboard to pop up, and yes, the keyboard is fully functional. You can actually click on the keyboard and type whatever you need to do, and the car is in motion, and boom, 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 boom. So that's the keyboard actually working. Yeah, this actually works. So this works with more than just navigation. This actually does work with your text messages as well. It'll allow you to see your text messages and reply to them. No keyboard though, but excuse me, while you're in motion, it'll allow you to reply to them like you would if the car wasn't in motion with those little sync replies. Okay, so the audio for this clip was a little weird, so I'm going to do a voiceover instead. So here's a photo a couple months back from a video I did where I showed you that this is what the screen looks like now when you get a text message. And when you're in motion, it doesn't allow you to view or reply to the message. Where here's that exact same screen with Nav In Motion enabled, and you can see that you can view and reply to the message. So with this part of the video, I'm going to my messages from the sync screen. You can see the message and view it. That's what it looks like when you hit view, and then you can reply to the message right there with those sync replies. Now, enabling this does do some weird things to your car. It's going to actually put your car into what looks like a European mode. So your frequencies will be longer, like this station says 107.70. and that's a little weird. And when you go into direct tune, you do have to put the whole frequency in, and you have to put the 0 part at the end. It'll also change your miles per hour to European as well. Instead of showing what we see here with miles per hour in the sign, it actually shows a circle with the red line around it, but the speed limit in the inside is the correct speed limit. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you, the most advanced thing I want to show you actually is called Bambi Mode. So this is the most advanced thing in this video. It's not difficult to do, but it is the most advanced because the way you're gonna have to do it, I don't know, I guess it's not really the most advanced. It's hard for me to say if it's the most advanced or not, but you have to follow certain steps, or you can get a check engine light. If you do get the check engine light, just take whatever you're using to clear the codes, and you'll be fine. It's not difficult to do at all, so don't be alarmed or anything like that. So it's called Bambi Mode. What Bambi Mode does is, I have my lights on, as you can see here. If I turn on my fog lights, boom, the fog lights are on. I'll turn them back off and on for you. The fog lights are on right there. If I turn on my high beams and I turn them completely on and not to flash, you will see that the high beams turn on and the fog lights turn off. If I just flash, it actually stay on, so it's possible. Now what Bambi Mode does is it actually allows you to turn on your high beams from here, turn them completely on, and it will keep your fog lights on. So let's go ahead and turn that back off, and I will show you exactly how to do it. Whoa, we jumped to the daytime. You're probably trying to figure out why it's daytime now. My phone decided to screw me over, thank you Google Pixel, and it corrupted to the last files for the ending part of my video, the most important part of it. So I had to go ahead and do it daytime, but I'm going to switch back to nighttime tonight and record the demonstration part of me fixing this up. So let's go ahead and go back to Forscan here. So the same thing you're going to do here is go ahead and click on this chip. You're going to click on this chip, and we're going to access the body control module. Got a piece of hair right there. We're going to access the body control module, and that is, we're going to click on the body control module main, central configuration main, not the as built and not the other module, just the central configure main. We're going to hit the play button. It's going to bring up it's going to bring up this dialog box here. You're going to go ahead and click OK, and then it's going to do this to your car. Hopefully I can switch this in time. Let's unlock it. You're going to click OK, and then it's going to, you're going to get a bunch of errors and stuff on here. That's just going to happen. It's going to be okay. It's going to go blank, and then it's going to load up all this information here. Now, when this finishes loading up, I'll just wait until it finishes loading up before I finish what I'm going to say. All right, so it's going to load it the second time here. It's going to read the block, and it's going to restart your sync system and the instrument panel. So it's going to redo all that. Then down here, you're going to see, please turn off the ignition. So we're going to turn the ignition off, boom, like so, and then click OK. You might be wondering, why are you turning the ignition off? Don't you have to program? It's okay. You'll see why in a second. So we're going to turn the ignition off, and let me get this back focused on here and locked on here. When you turn the ignition off of this, anything with the body control module, my procedure is to let it stay off for 30 seconds before you continue doing other things. So I'm going to let it stay off about 30 seconds while I go ahead and find the part of the video that I'm going to continue showing you how to program. So we're going to do fog light function. You see fog light function right here. I'm going to highlight that and double click it. Click edit selected. You can double click it or click edit selected. So if you click edit selected, the one you're going to actually program is going to be called fog light without restrictions. My phone is getting very hot. Hopefully it doesn't mess up on me. So we're going to go ahead and click on fog light without restrictions. That's what Bambi Mode is. We're going to click the check mark. Now my engine is still off because I do, like I said, like to follow the 30-second rule. So I don't know if it's been about 30 seconds or not, but for the sake of the video, I'll wait just a little bit longer. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and uncheck this. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut the ignition back on. Do not start the engine. Down here, you see where this write is? See where it says write? This is how we're going to write this back to the BCM. You can see I have my old value here. Oh, the old value and the new value. You're going to hit yes. Check mark on that. It's going to say, please turn the ignition back on, but don't start the engine. You hit OK. And then it's going to go through the same procedure that it did before when it was loading the information, but it's writing it back to the BCM now. You're going to see this dialog box. You're going to click OK, and then it's going to go crazy once again. Now, once it finishes going crazy, I'd like to turn my ignition back off for another 30 seconds and then start the engine up to make sure that everything is working properly. And then I'll switch to a night shot and show you exactly what Bambi Mode does, and then I'll end off this video. But I'll go ahead and keep this recording unless my phone gets too hot and it cuts it off, so you can just see the remaining part of this process. Boom, it's not going to load that up. It redoes this. You down here, you're going to see, please cycle your engine off. You cycle, hit OK. I hit the stop button. Stop button. and then I cycle my engine off for 30 seconds and then turn it on to make sure it all works. So let's go ahead and go to that night shot to show you the difference between the two. Now here is the Bambi Mode demonstration. Finally, hopefully this works this time so we can end this video and I can be done with it. So lights are on. Let's go ahead and turn the fog lights on. Boom. Fog lights are on down there. You see them, they just came on, off, and on the back on. So let's turn the high beams on. And the high beams are now on and the fog lights are on at the same time. That's Bambi Mode, baby. Hit me up in the comment section if you have any questions about any of these, or if you have something you saw, if you saw something in Forscan or something on the forum or anything like that you would like for me to try out and program with Forscan and demonstrate it for a video. Let me know in the comment section below. I might do it, I might not do it. Depends on my level of you know, just kind of bravery, if I want to do it or not. Anyways, if you follow me on Instagram, I have not been on Instagram. I've been off of Instagram for like 2 months now, like going on 2 months now. No disrespect to anybody who's hit me up on Instagram asking me a question or trying to figure something out and you want to talk to me. I don't have Instagram anymore. I don't use Instagram anymore. I deleted it off my phone because I don't really like it, but I do enjoy talking to you guys. So you can always hit me up in the comment section, and I'm looking for a different avenue to talk to you guys on. Thinking about maybe a Discord or something. If you have a suggestion for a chat platform to use that people use and I can talk to you guys on, because I don't use Instagram anymore, hit me up and let me know what that is. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video. Gone.